All right, so as you can tell by the title, I'm gonna go over how I made Ball So Light, which is a mixtape I dropped like a month ago, I think. So for the intro song, I first started off with. Hold up, I started off with some steel drum, and this other pluck in from Purity, and I made this pattern. Then what I did was I took some brass and I made this pattern. Literally the same thing as the last one. And then I took that same brass and I drew this. No. Yes, I took the same brass and then I drew this lead. Then I took that same brass and I made just another lead. Then I took and then I made these drums. I made this drum pattern. Pretty repetitive. I just tried to fill in as much blank space as I could without them sounding too crazy. Then I took this bass and I made this pattern. Following the exact same as the brass from earlier, and then I took a lead that I found on Purity and I made this pattern with it. Then I took another synth from Purity and I made this pattern. Then I took the saw wave and I made this pattern. Then I made another pattern with that same saw wave. Then I made this pattern with the lead that I had from earlier. And altogether it sounds like this. All right, so for the next song, track 2 called Butters, I first started off with some strings and I drew this pattern. Then I took a bass guitar and I drew this pattern. It's pretty much following the bass notes of the original pattern. And then I took a brass and I made this pattern with it. Then I took a random pluck, took a pluck from Purity, and I drew this pattern. Then these are the drums. Again, simple stuff, just trying to make it as busy as possible. Alright, and then this is just the intro drums. And then snare roll. And then this is another lead, I believe. I think that's actually the same one from the first song. And then this is an alternate drum pattern. Yeah, alternate drum pattern. And this is what it sounds like all together. Now for the third song, I started off with this piano. Obviously, you can tell that it's very. This song has like two fucking compressors on it, so it's loud as fuck. But we got that piano and then steel drums again, and then steel drums again, and I made this melody. And then this is literally the simplest a drum pattern could ever possibly get. And then I just threw some percussion in. You literally cannot like hear this at all in the mix. It's just to kind of fill it out and give it even more texture. And then these are the kicks and 808s. And then this is a sine wave lead that I made in Purity. And then I made an organ as well as a counter melody. Then I made a another counter. Then I did the sine lead, but I pitched it up an octave. Then I got another saw lead from Purity. And then I got another sine lead. And then finally, this is just some snare rolls. And then this is what it sounds like all together. And then this is what it sounds like all together. Alright, so for the next song, this is actually a track that I made a while ago, that I just felt like using again because there was a verse on it I thought was good. So first I started off with just a piano melody. Then I just added some brass. Then just some drums. I added some bit crushing to like pretty much everything. And then I just added bass. And then I added another drum pattern for, I think this is for the second half of the song. Yeah, second half of the song I added another drum pattern. And then I just added another sub bass. Just to go along with the kicks of the second drum pattern. And then I added in was that a saw? Yeah, I added in a saw lead. And then finally I use the same saw lead just for the outro. And now all together it should sound like this. I believe I added some gross beat effects on it, and then I took some away as well, but you'll see how it sounds. So for the next song, it's actually pretty simple. I took two samples from the same song. It's a song by Imogen Heap called Speeding Cars. I'll play the first one right now. and then I took the second one, and I it's pretty much just a different section of the song. I just took the song and I reversed it for both the samples. And then I just made some drums. And then I just made bass. It's literally just the Jaws 808 with cymbal playing as well. And this is what it sounds like all together. So for the next song, this is also a pretty old beat that I made. Like, it came out, I think I made it like 2 years after I think I actually released the project. But this is the first pattern I use. I think it's just some random pad, or some random pluck that I found on Purity. So this is the pattern I wrote. And then I think I took the exact same pluck and I just made another pattern that was, it sounds like this. And then just some standard drums. These are the hi-hats I used. Snares, claps. Kicks and 808s. And then I also wrote a second hi-hat pattern. And then this is what it sounds like all together. Alright, so for the next song, I first started off with this lead that I ended up using as a counter lead. I think it's just a piano. Yeah, it's just a piano in Purity. And then I made this lead melody with I think it's just a different piano. Oh no, so this one's just a synth that I found in Purity. And then this is the main melody made with that same synth. And then just a standard drum pattern. Then we got some bass, which I think I just used literally just a saw wave as bass. Bass just follows the root note of the melody I wrote. This is another drum pattern. And then this is another drum pattern. And I also added a audio of myself singing the chorus in my car. But this is what it sounds like altogether. So for the 8th track, I just started it off with, Well, for the first pattern, I just I made a pluck in Serum and I made this pattern. Then I layered a synth that I made in Serum. Then I layered a synth I made in Serum, and I wrote this pattern. Then I used the same pluck, and I wrote this pattern. Then I used another synth in Serum to make this. Then I used another synth in Serum and I made this pattern. I definitely did not use that. What the fuck? Okay, got that shit. And then I made this drum pattern. Then I made this bass. Then I made this drum pattern that only plays at the end of the song and layers with the other drum pattern to make it more bouncy. And this is what it sounds like all together. Now for the final song, this one's probably my oldest. I think I made this one in like 2019, 2020, so this one's very old. I use this, what even is this? I use this piano along with the sitar and the saw wave. That all I found in Purity, and I wrote a bunch of crazy ass melodies with all of them. But this is what it all sounds like together. Then just pretty basic drum pattern. Then I wrote this. It's just the lead saw wave. And this is what it sounds like all together. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Stream Balsa Light. More music on the way. Goodbye.